Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we're going into the world of e-commerce website and e-commerce website development. If you've ever wondered how your favorite online stores work, or if you're thinking of starting your own online business, you're in the right place. We'll be exploring the ins and outs of these virtual marketplaces, uncovering their features, and revealing the secrets behind their success. We'll also look at some popular hosting platforms that are dedicated solely to e-commerce hosting, as when it comes to e-commerce websites, they require a little bit more advanced hosting capabilities. So let's get started and get ready for an e-commerce adventure like no other. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future updates. So let's get started. If you're an online retailer, you need a website that embeds e-commerce design. Think of it like building an online store. Products are displayed clearly and engaging with the visitors. Website navigation is smooth and the checkout process is simple and uncomplicated. Effective e-commerce website design is critical in affecting customers' purchase decisions, as poorly designed websites can frustrate the user, impact brand credibility, and damage your sales potentials. So choosing the right web design agency can make or break your online business. One thing to be aware of is something called conversion rate optimization, otherwise known as CRO. So visitors to your website are encouraged into your business goals. For example, purchasing a product or a service. And this is achieved through embedding features like call to action, buy with one click, favorite this item, add to basket, or save card details for future purchases. So a good e-commerce website starts with functionality and design, and the e-commerce web design agency are experts in this area. Your website is an online store, so it needs to showcase products and services in the best way possible. Some of the things to consider for designing a successful website includes e-commerce layout design. You'll notice the layout design of an e-commerce website needs to be clear, concise, and easily understood. The user interface shouldn't overwhelm the user with information, and it should be presented within the relevant sections. So for example, like the homepage, any subpages, contact page, things like that. Website design should also incorporate design principles and practice emergence, which is the process of arranging visual elements so the user can easily digest them. Ultimately, the layout of an e-commerce site should encourage visitors to make a purchase or complete an action. Website navigation is also a really important element. If you're promoting a range of products or services, then customers need to be able to navigate through that information easily. They shouldn't get lost in the way of unnecessary content, as that will kind of encourage users to exit and try another site. The navigation path should always be displayed to visitors, and this is called a breadcrumb path, in which website organizes their content into categories, then subcategories, and then the actual product or service itself. So for example, Tesco's will organize their products into home, groceries, bakery, bread rolls, brown bread, things like that. So visitors are able to track their way back home and view pages that they want to get back to easier. It enhances user experience and makes website navigation much more simpler. The other thing you want to think about is visuals. So visually engaging content will appeal to audiences who are browsing your site for products, and you want to invest in high quality images of your products and think of visually engaging ways that you can showcase them. So for example, online clothing retailers tend to advertise their merchandise through new and creative visual means, including videos of people walking whilst wearing their clothes, images of merchandise from lots of different angles, mood board images that showcase a whole outfit and suggest accessories. There is so much more visually engaging content that you can create to build your online store. Images of products need to be high resolution and are usually taken against sort of plain white backgrounds to bring a lot of focus into the product itself. A full web design agency will be able to both create engaging content and edit it into your website business. At ProfileTree, we are able to manage every aspect of your website, from content creation to website hosting. We're experts in helping your website complete from the ground up. One thing you want to also consider is upselling features. So the purpose of an e-commerce site is to sell products and services, so the website design should encourage visitors to check out more products and potentially upsell their purchasing decision. Some examples of features on an e-commerce site include your recently viewed banner, people also bought, you might also, or even like related products on their existing product page. These upselling features provide an opportunity for you to make suggestions to customers with similar or related products. A lot of popular e-commerce sites use this method, and it's hard to think of any that don't. Another really important feature to think about when you're building your e-commerce page, an e-commerce website, is SEO. So SEO, search engine optimization, it's the process of getting your website to rank higher in search engine results. An e-commerce website needs to consistently embed SEO practices into its website content in order to remain competitive and relevant within the online market. Uncovering SEO keywords that relate to your product or service will help you understand how people are describing or referring to your product, particularly if you have a usual product with a normal kind of product name. It will also help you identify queries that people have surrounding your product or service, which all make for useful and engaging website content. So in order to sell your products online, you need an e-commerce website, but how do you get one? Luckily, pre-existing website builders exist that allow you to use buying and selling functions for your website. They're a lot more user-friendly than custom-built websites, and designing your website contents and layout is way more convenient and accessible. And although pre-existing e-commerce platforms are an easier and cheaper option, they still require effort and expertise to set up and manage, and they will also need to be constantly managed as well. A lot of people choose to hire e-commerce agencies that will help them get to grips with initially setting up and managing the new software. At ProfileTree especially, we offer bespoke web design and development services in addition to our digital training services for our clients. We take a lot of pride in helping people upskill themselves and their digital skills. Some of the best examples of e-commerce website platform include Shopify. Shopify is one of the most popular e-commerce web design platforms out there, offering sleek and modern designs, and users can manage the website through a simple and intuitive CMS platform. There's also a wide range of integrations available, and it's a really popular way to add e-commerce functionality to existing websites. So in order to get started, what you want to do is go into shopify.com and just go into the sign up now page to sign up for a Shopify account, and then you can get started with the website as well. Similar to Wix, it'll start asking you about your business and what your needs are. So the first thing that it'll ask you is which of these best describe you. So I'm just starting out as a business, or I'm already selling online or in person. You would just select whichever one whichever one goes with you. Then it would ask you for where would you like to sell, and this is so it gets the functionality right. So an online store, essentially online with Shopify, an existing website or blog. So if you already have a WordPress website or a Wix website or any kind of website, you can add a buy button to the website, and that'll take them to Shopify. So that means you can manage everything with Shopify, but your website will be elsewhere. You can also buy through social media, online marketplaces like Google or Amazon, in person as well, or you can say I'm not sure. For this example, we'll just do a fully online store. And then it'll ask you if you want to sell your products through dropshipping. So dropshipping just means that you're not storing the inventory yourself. So whichever one works for you. If you're not sure, that's also an option. In this one, we'll just select no. And you have an online audience or following. So this is to do with your social media, your YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, things like that, where you can sell to them. And this will help you sort of connect to those audiences as well. Next, it will ask you to name your store. And it will also, while you're typing, you'll see you get a temporary URL. And this is just to help start getting your Shopify set up. You can keep it as is, or you can replace it with a custom domain, which will probably come at a cost. Then it will ask you some business information, where your business will be located. And this will help set up default shipping rates and recommend different apps and things like that. Next thing then is to create your Shopify ID, and you can do this with your Google account, or you can connect with email, things like that. If you were to connect with email, then you can just type in your username and password, and go from there. And as you're logging in, you can see it's starting to build your store and set up the first platform in order to start using the store and adding products and things like that. Now Shopify setup, you'll be taken immediately back to the dashboard. So this is essentially the dashboard, and it's pretty handy. It gives you a full setup guide, so it tells you step by step what you need to do. So things like adding your product, adding your brand assets, customizing your theme, adding the custom domain, and then finally setting up Shopify payments. And the final thing you need to do then is to pick a plan in order to finally launch your site. Another example of a really intuitive website builder to help you get started with the e-commerce website is Wix. So Wix is a popular platform for quickly establishing a new website, and it's a very user-friendly platform, and it allows for easy design changes as well for people that kind of lack the technical web design skills. Wix has a native e-commerce builder and features, and it's a very comprehensive ones of any website builders shown before. Wix have their own Wix Stores app that you can add to the site, and essentially similar to WooCommerce, all you need to do is just add every single product, and again you can add physical products or you can add digital products, and add them really easily to the back end and have them shown on anywhere on like the shop page or on like any other pages and things like that. It's good for slightly smaller businesses who maybe don't have a lot of products anyway. But you can still add different sort of product options, like what category it goes into, pricing, colors, things like that, any sizing, things like that. For both options, so WooCommerce and Wix stores, they're both free. With Wix, your main payments are going to be for the actual Wix hosting. So if you were to go to Wix hosting plans, just through your dashboard, you can see the different plans Wix offers. So you want to make sure it's one of the business and e-commerce plans, as you're going to be accepting payments. And these are essentially the Wix hosting plans that they have specifically for businesses and to accept payments. They're currently on sale, but usually they go for about £27, £20 or £15 a month. Or you can pay sort of yearly or 2 years, things like that. So you're paying for Wix hosting, and you're also going to be paying, for the domain that you have. But to actually use Wix stores on your site, there's no fee. Similar if you wanted to use any payment methods. So Wix payments do take a fee, but you can also use PayPal as well, where they won't take any fees. It'll just be whatever fees that PayPal charge. So WordPress is another platform that you can use to start building your e-commerce website. So WordPress first began as a tool for users to draft and publish blog posts. Since then, it's evolved into allowing users to build and manage their websites, and it has become one of the most popular free website admin platforms around the world. WordPress allows users with very little technical expertise to manage, update, and add new blog content to their website with a simple and intuitive user interface, almost as simple as Wix or Shopify. It also offers the most integration options of any other CMS and business tools out there, and businesses can really scale their website's functionality as their business grows. At ProfileTree, we've designed and launched countless WordPress sites for the business, but unlike many web design agencies, we don't block access to key features that prevent your team from administering their own website. We also offer useful website management and hosting services as well. So when it comes to building your e-commerce site with WordPress, you'll need to use a plugin called WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is a free add-on feature for WordPress websites that allows for e-commerce features to be enabled. It's a customizable open source platform that's simple for users to install and use as well. Lastly, then you also have Squarespace as another option for a platform for building your e-commerce website. So Squarespace is a website building and hosting platform as well. It's very user-friendly, and it allows users to drag and drop content onto a pre-built template. The pre-built templates are useful as they space content out and provide a layout that's very visually engaging and easy to consume for visitors. So those are all examples of pre-built websites, or websites that you use kind of builders or existing themes to get started with your e-commerce website. But you can also get custom designs for your e-commerce website as well. So e-commerce web design agencies will usually offer clients the option of custom design websites, and the custom design allows brands to advertise their products free of the constructions from website builder templates. They do tend to be a lot more expensive though, as they require more effort, more coding and editing to construct the website's appearance. But custom web design is a popular option for businesses that need bespoke functionality, complex branding, and leading performance as well. With custom web design, you can also maximize the speed and security of your website as well. So some websites are leading in the way of e-commerce design with embedded upselling features, sleek design, modern appeal. E-commerce sites are increasingly making for a pleasurable and engaging shopping experience. One example of that is John Lewis. So John Lewis are great at updating the website content in order to suit seasonal trends. Their current website uses neutral tones, scenic backgrounds to represent the change in season, and consequently their updated stock. The website is designed exactly like a department store with different sections representing each tabs, so making user navigation really clear and really easy as well. The website layout is formatted almost like a magazine, and as you scroll down, there's lots of aesthetically pleasing images of homeware, clothing, and furniture as well. The vibe of the John Lewis website is to sell you a lifestyle, and that just happens to incorporate John Lewis's products as well. Amazon as well are a really good leading example on how good e-commerce design can be. Although they are both dominant online retailers that provide an incredible wide range of products, John Lewis and Amazon have very different approaches to web design. So Amazon is much more product-based and very much value-driven and price-centered in its website design. It doesn't really sell a lifestyle the way John Lewis does, and there are no fancy photo shoots that try to represent the seasonal transition, personal taste, or general aesthetics. Instead, Amazon has opted to use regular format with a much simpler web design. Purchases and current product trends, visitors to Amazon kind of expect familiarity, and that's really beneficial for audiences to navigate and improve their user experience as well. Whether you're a big online retailer or a small business trying to carve out an online space, an e-commerce website design agency should help create a bespoke virtual store that best represents your brand and showcases your product. An e-commerce website design agency has the knowledge and skills to increase your customer reach and increase your website search engine rankings as well, and convert website visitors into purchasing customers as well. So now that you have an idea on what platform to use and what design you want to go for, the next thing you want to think about is where to host your e-commerce website. E-commerce websites are different to your basic brochure build sites, and they'll have different requirements. Because it's an e-commerce site, there are likely to be more server requests, likely to be more traffic and things like that. So it's important that the hosting provider you pick not only is able to meet the minimum requirements in order for the e-commerce to run smoothly on your website, but also that the support that's available within your hosting provider are competent and equipped enough to answer any hosting questions that you, any hosting e-commerce questions that you might have, and any issues that may come up. They'll be able to sort that for you quickly as well. So just one of those things to think about when you're picking your hosting provider. I'm going to go over some of the top providers that come highly recommended for a WooCommerce website. But firstly, it's important to know what the requirements are for WooCommerce to run smoothly on your website. You can find their requirements on their website in their documentations. So it says here as well, so if your WordPress site doesn't meet the minimum requirements, then it won't function as expected. So it is really important that the WordPress version that you install is up to date and has the minimum requirements that it's asking for, and the server requirements are just here. So your hosting environment, here's what they recommend. They recommend a PHP version of 7.4 or greater, a MySQL version of 5.6 or greater, or a Maria database version 10.1 or greater. In terms of WordPress memory, they recommend a WordPress memory limit of 256 MB or greater, and HTTPS support. Some optional items that may be required are things like curl or FSOC open support, and it's used by WooCommerce and several different integrations, mainly for payments, so things like PayPal, IPN, Stripe, all of that will need to use this, so it's good if the server requirements that you have also caters for that as well. Depending on what additional third-party plugins you use, SEO support might also be needed. You can check if your server has the items listed after you install WooCommerce by using the system status page. If you click on this link, it'll show you how to basically get the system status page, the WooCommerce status, and then you can, any issues that you have with WooCommerce, you can always copy the system status and then paste that as a message to the support team of your hosting provider so they can know exactly what they're working with. So to get the system status, all you need to do is go to your WordPress dashboard, and you want to go to WooCommerce, and you want to go to status, this little tab here. And you can see the system report is here, so you just click on get system report and copy for support, and you can also see the server environment that you currently have as well, so you can use that to see if you actually have the correct server environment. But any issues that you have, you can always copy this status report here and send it to your hosting provider if there's any issues, so they can see exactly what they're working with, what your site has, what updates are available if there are any, and things like that. So the first hosting provider that I'm going to talk about is SiteGround. SiteGround is one of the most popular and very highly rated hosting providers in the WordPress community. They provide unique sort of in-house WordPress speed and security solutions to make your site as fast and secure as possible. They have one of the best 24/7 support, and that's why they're also an official WordPress and also an official WooCommerce recommended hosting provider. So SiteGround itself, if you want to get started, they come with pre-installed WooCommerce, free SSL, automatic upgrades, built-in WP caching, one-click staging, and things like that. And they're also one of the few hosting companies that have location-specific hosting with, I think, 3 data centers in the US, Europe, and Asia. So in terms of WordPress, WooCommerce and WordPress in general, they're very competent, and it's something that they offer specifically as well. So you can go on their website to see all of their hosting plans. So you can see they have a mix of 3 plans. They've got the Startup, Grow Big, and Go Geek, and as of right now they do have an offer for 75% off plus a free domain for 1 year. So their shared hosting options are the best way to build a new website, and also to make sure that they've got the WooCommerce support there as well. So the startup plan is limited to 1 hosting website. It includes a 10 GB disk space, and it's suitable for a website that has around 10,000 visitors per month. And you get features like the one-click WordPress install. They have e-commerce enabled, so they offer free installation of the WooCommerce and a free SSL certificate as well. Then they have the Grow Big, which has everything that the startup offers, including on-demand backup copies as well. So if anything goes wrong, you can create backups of your site as well for up to 5 times every month yourself. Includes 30% faster PHP, and they include a staging environment as well. The differences between these two is obviously you get these extras, but then also it's not limited to 1 website. This one has unlimited website, has a bit more web space, and it's better for approximately people who are visiting approximately 100,000 people visiting your site per month, basically. The Go Geek is also has everything that's included with the Grow Big, but then also it has a free private DNS, which basically just allows you to use a private DNS, so you can choose a custom domain name, and brands your host server as if you are the owner, basically. So it's a nice kind of feature to have. They also have priority support. So each of them also have SiteGround are kind of known for their really good customer support. All of these are able to have customer support. However, the priority support just means they'll get back to you a little bit faster. And then there's e-commerce enabled as well. So the Go Geek plan is the best one that's suitable for e-commerce website, as it can handle websites having about 100,000 monthly visitors. And then you'll get obviously this priority support and more server resources as well, which is really important with e-commerce websites, as it tends to use up a lot more resources than basic brochure build websites as well. So if you are going for a web hosting plan but you're wanting to use one specifically for WooCommerce, I would recommend the Go Geek one. So the main pros for SiteGround is that their servers are very fast. All SiteGround servers are highly optimized for speed, and they use Google Cloud platforms for all their new customers, which is one of the fastest platforms on the market. Their customer support is highly rated. They offer the 24/7 phone support, live chat, and a ticket-based support as well that comes with the plans. Again, just with the GoGeek, you just get the priority support, so they'll get back to you a little bit faster. But the Grow Big and Startup have all been recommended for their customer support as well. The cons of web hosting plans is that there is limited storage, so you can see all of them have a fixed amount of storage. You've got 10 GB, 20 GB, and 40 GB. But the storage is quite large, and if you are just starting out, then you most likely won't need the extra storage. But again, if you are going for a hosting platform for your WooCommerce website, then you want to go for the GoGeek, as it has the most storage and you don't need to worry about buying anything extra. Typically for hosting platforms, their monthly billing is a little bit higher than most. So right now it is on offer for $4.99, $2.99, $7.49, but usually they go for about £20. They go from about £12 to £30, which is a little bit higher than most other platforms. But obviously if you sign up for a longer billing period, then you get a bigger discount and a lower rate. Another good thing about SiteGround is that they do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and that's on all of their plans, not just one of them. Their sites rank well in terms of performance and test results, so SiteGround is a really good one for hosting your e-commerce platform as well. If you go onto their website and go into WooCommerce hosting, you can see that they recommend sort of the GoGeek as well, and they have, if you are just starting out building your website, it comes with WooCommerce pre-installed, and has all the support as well. So they do have specific support for e-commerce website, which is really important, that the support that you get, the support team are knowledgeable and competent enough to handle any questions and any issues that might come up, which they are as well. So SiteGround is one of the top hosting providers for e-commerce websites. The next platform that's also good for e-commerce is Hostinger. So Hostinger hasn't been around as long as SiteGround has, but it is becoming a well-known name in the hosting industry for WordPress. Their hosting is a little bit more affordable. They have the 24/7 live chat and a really good platform to kind of host your website. Similar to SiteGround, it does come with one-click WordPress install, managed automatic updates, free CDN, but they also offer free site migration as well. So if you have a site already on another platform or another hosting provider, they will migrate the site over themselves at no extra cost. Similar to SiteGround, they also use geolocation specific hosting. However, unlike SiteGround, they offer 7 data centers. So SiteGround would offer only 3, so they have 7 data centers in the US, Europe, Asia, as well as South America. So they have, they are one of the top hosting providers as well for e-commerce websites and just WordPress websites in general. So if you go onto the website, and you can see you can see their web hosting plans. So they have a range of plans, and you can see just from the get-go, it's a little bit more cheaper than the SiteGround plans. So they have one of the lowest price hosting in the market. Everything's on sale currently, but you can see they range from $10 to about $30. And obviously the longer billing cycle that you go for, the more savings that you'll have, similar to SiteGround. They have more range of plans as opposed to SiteGround, and they have different features. And this includes sort of hosting, e-commerce hosting, VPS hosting, cloud hosting, and website building, and lots more. So you start off with a single plan, which is limited to just one website, one email account, 30 GB or 50 GB SSD storage, and it's good for sites that have up to 10,000 monthly visitors. And all the other common features such as CPU cores, free SSL, and things like that. The main issue with, I think, the single WordPress is that it comes with weekly backups. So the starter and the starter and the single WordPress hosting plans, they only use weekly backups, which is a bit of a risk. If anything goes wrong at any point during the day, then you will have a slightly outdated backup. You can get around this by installing plugins like Updraft or All-in-One Migration and doing your own daily backups. But on a server level, they will only do it for you once a week. So again, it's a bit of a risk. If you are using either the single WordPress plan or the starter plan, I would recommend getting a plugin like Updraft to do your own daily backups, so you're not just relying on once a week backups as well. But they do have the data centers. All of their plans come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and they also have 24/7 support. And their customer support level is the same for all plans. So if you remember SiteGround, all of them offers customer support. However, the most expensive plan has the premium support, whereas for Hostinger, they just have the normal 24/7 support for all of them, and their customer support is rated quite highly as well, so that's pretty good. Their WordPress Pro plan is the most expensive plan, and that's the one that's suitable for smaller businesses. So this plan includes all the way up to 300 websites. Up to 300 websites. It has got 200 GB SSD storage, and it's good for websites that have up to approximately 200,000 monthly visits. Just like the others, includes a free domain name, SSL. It has free email, and all other sort of the common features as well. So the single plan is a bit limited in that you only get one website and an email account. You only get 2 MySQL databases, and you don't have unlimited bandwidth. And specifically for business or for e-commerce websites, the single or the WordPress starter wouldn't be enough. You would need to get either the business WordPress or the WordPress Pro. Depending on how many websites and how many monthly visits, you might find that you only need the WordPress business and you won't need the Pro. The good thing about these plans is that, again, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can always upgrade as well. You can always upgrade the plan as well if any time you're running out of space or you realize you actually need some of the more bonus features that they offer. The main pros of choosing Hostinger is that they, again, have lower price plans compared to most. But again, if you are using an e-commerce site, you want to make sure you use one of these two. They rank well in performance, so their performance and speed is great for the price point that they are offering, and they have really good customer support. So they have really good customer support, which is a really good help for beginners. If you have like not a lot of sort of technical data, they're always on hand to help you and things like that. And the cons of choosing Hostinger mainly would be the plan limitations. So they place a lot of limits on their entry level plans. But as your website grows, obviously you can use some of the higher level plans. But again, the e-commerce websites would either need the Business WordPress or the WordPress Pro. And the other con is that there's no daily backups, unless you were to go for the Business WordPress and the WordPress Pro, which is what you would need to go for anyway if you're hosting a WordPress site. But just in case you decide to go for one of the other options, so the WordPress starter or the single WordPress, they only offer backups on a weekly basis, so it's important that you install a plugin like Updraft to do your own daily backups, so you're not having any outdated backups should you ever need them. Hostinger, just like SiteGround, is a reliable hosting company. They have years of experience in shared hosting, so you'll get the right amount of support. They'll have good support as well. In terms of pricing, it beats a lot of other hosting platforms, but there's also cons to that as well. You can see currently Hostinger do have a sale for 75% off WordPress hosting. So again, it's a lot more affordable than most other WordPress sites or WordPress hosting platforms. You can see all of their web hosting, WordPress hosting specifically, if you go into hosting and click on WordPress hosting. And you can see their website as well, and you can see lots of other reviews from verified reviews on Trustpilot, that they do have a lot of good reviews, very easy to use and things like that. if you scroll down slightly, you can see a little bit more of a technical view of all the WordPress plans that they have, and you can see sort of even between just the business and pro what the difference are you're getting. I think when you're deciding between the business plan and the pro plan, you just want to look at what your site requirements are. It's mainly the storage space and the storage space and the monthly visitors. That's the main difference as well. So if you know you're a site that gets quite a lot of visitors, then the pro would be good. If you're not, then the business would be good, and you can always upgrade. And also just depends on how many websites that you have. So the business has 100 websites in their plan that you can use in their plan, and then the pro has 300. When you're starting out, you might want to just start out with the business and see how that goes, because you can always upgrade at a later date as well. The 24/7 is included in all of them. And it's the same level of support, so there's no like premium support or anything like that. It's 24/7 customer support for all of them, and they get back to you pretty quickly with anything as well, on the phone or as a ticket as well. And you can go through this list essentially and just see if they have all of the WordPress requirements as well. Compare that list with the WooCommerce server requirements, and then you'll be able to see, okay, which plan is actually good for you, which plan isn't. The next hosting platform I want to talk about is WP Engine. WP Engine is a really popular WordPress hosting, and they only do WordPress website. So you know that they're a very competent hosting platform to go to. As well. They offer really fast and hassle-free hosting, automatic security updates, daily backup, things like that. And because it is specifically WordPress hosting, that you know that all of the support team that will be sort of competent and equipped enough to handle all of any issues that may come up and any questions that you might have. Especially if you're a business that don't want to kind of deal with the technical side of running your e-commerce website, then WP Engine would be really good for that as well. And now they also have premium themes, and they're all free with your WP Engine account. So if you're just starting out, they've got a bunch of themes that you can use that come with their hosting plans as well. So to look at the hosting plans, just go into their website, and you want to just go for under products, you want to go into WordPress hosting, and you can see their plans here. So it's not laid out as clearly as the others, but essentially you go through this drop down and you can see their pricing plans, or even if you go into pricing here, you can see all their plans and what they're kind of good for. So with the WP Engine plans, it is a little bit more expensive than what you might be paying for on some other hosting platforms. They do have higher costs, but you need to look into the services that they're offered. So you're split between 3 plans: Manage WordPress, E-commerce Solutions for WooCommerce, and Advanced Solutions. And you can see their annual plans, and you can see if they want to do the monthly plans as well. Obviously, whichever plan you go for, there are offers with it. So if you go for any annual plans, usually that would be £288, but they have an offer currently for getting 4 months free. If you go for a monthly plan, they'll give you £5 off your first month. Obviously, you'll get more savings essentially the longer your billing plan is. But if we look at the annual plans, so the solution that you would probably go for is either the e-commerce solutions for Woo and advanced solutions. So they guarantee you to making your store up to 40% faster and 18% better at driving online sales for about £39 a month. And that's with the sale. So what you can do is, their plans are really flexible. So this is the e-commerce solution for Woo, but you can also build your plan, because so within that there's more options that you can have. So you can really customize your plan to what you actually need. So you're not paying for anything that you don't need, and you are paying for things that you actually need. So if we start up with the lowest version of this plan is £19 a month, with an offer as well. And that's just the startup, so you can assign that to one website. It's good for websites that have up to 25,000 visitors a month, 50 GB bandwidth, and 10 GB storage. And with additional costs, you can add more sites to it for £13. You can also have an extra layer of security. You can add that for another £20, and then for another £3 you can get site monitoring. So they'll monitor your site constantly and let you know of any errors, any potential plugin errors, things like that, pretty fast. So you can really customize each of your plans, and make sure that you have all of the equipment that you need and you're not paying for anything extra. As you increase that, you can see the main thing that changes are the number of sites that you have, for the visitors per month, the storage, and the bandwidth. So if you, for example, know that the plan that you have, you need it for 3 sites, it goes from 1 to 3. So if you know if you need it for 2 sites, you can just start off with the startup and just include another plan. So that works out a little bit cheaper than the professional. So you would kind of go through and just really pick exactly what you need. If you know you need lots of storage, then you can go for the scale plan, and that gives you 50 GB storage, 500 GB a month. So this is really good in that you are picking exactly what you need, and you can really customize your site to how you need it. If you have any issues, you can always talk to their support plan as well, to their support team. If you aren't sure what kind of features you would need, then it's really important that you get in contact with them, and they'll be able to walk you through what kind of plan you'll need. They'll be able to understand how much storage you need, how much bandwidth you need, things like that. And what you can do also is, if you put it to dedicated custom, this is good for sites that, if you know you're going to have more than 30 WooCommerce sites, if you're going to have a lot of 400,000, if you're going to have a lot of visitors per month, so approximately 400,000 and above, more than 50 GB storage, if you know you need more than 500 bandwidth, what you can do is, so it won't give you a price, this is essentially a custom plan. And what you can do is get in touch, and then you'll be able to talk to their support team, get a really good understanding of what plan would be suitable for you, and what they can offer, and give you a custom pricing based on that. So while their prices do start off a little bit more costly, you get a lot of features. It's a lot more of a tailored plan to you, as opposed to a standard one plan fits all kind of solution. You can really customize the plan to exactly how you need it, so you know you're getting your money's worth and everything. It is more expensive, but the services they offer are really worth the investment, basically. So this is essentially the plan that you'll go for if you want an e-commerce solution. And because it's a hosting platform that specifically deals with WordPress websites, then you know the support you'll get will be competent and enough for you, so that even if you're not technically minded and you don't want to handle so much of the technical side of running your WordPress website, you can just hand everything over to WP Engine, and they'll do like your site monitoring, they'll protect your site, make sure the site is fully optimized for speed and performance as well. You can see down in this grid, if you switch the tab over to e-commerce, you can see a really kind of clearer laid out version of what you're getting before each plan. So you've got the startup, professional, growth, scale, and custom. So this is essentially these plans here that we talked about in the beginning. So it's essentially just an easier way for you to kind of view the plans. But you can see what you're getting in terms of sites, the number of sites, how much bandwidth, the local storage, things like that. And also any extras that you're getting. So and you can see what's counted as an optional add-on, and what optional add-ons you can get depending on what plan that you choose. So again, the startup, professional, growth, and scale are all e-commerce plans that you can purchase and add on anything extra. And then you've got the custom. So if there's anything, if you have a slightly bigger site in terms of storage and you need more bandwidth, or if you have more sites than the 30 that they offer, they can give you a custom pricing on that. So far from what we've seen, WP Engine is a bit more costly. However, you are getting a very specific plan, as opposed to a plan that's just giving you lots of things that you don't actually need. What's also really good is that they have the 10 premium themes as well. So if you're just starting out and you're not sure, you're not wanting to hire a designer or anything like that, you can choose from one of the themes, and you can always contact their support if there's any issues even setting up your WooCommerce website as well. So the main pros, I think, of choosing WP Engine is the security. So WP Engine keeps your site protected with lots of security features that a lot of hosts don't offer. Things like the SOC2 Type 2 resort. So this allows you to kind of check logs and user permissions, so you know exactly what's happening on the site, and lots of other things that a lot of WordPress, a lot of other hosting providers don't accommodate for. And they have really fast loading times, so their servers are optimized for WordPress. They have their own technology that kind of helps you load WordPress websites faster, and you get access to CDN, which boosts your performance even more. WP Engine platform is really reliable, so they can handle traffic spikes really easily without slowing down your website, and they have an expert support system for WordPress. So their entire support staff is comprised of sort of trained WordPress experts to help you with any kind of WordPress issues that you're having, either with hosting, setting up your site, getting started, things like that. It's an incredibly popular post that gets a lot of reviews, got a lot of good reviews from a lot of customers, namely for their reliability and their excellent customer service. Some of the bad things about choosing WP Engine, we mentioned before, they have higher costs, especially when you compare it to the likes of SiteGround and Hostinger. But again, you get a more tailored plan to you, and they offer a lot of things that are kind of worth the investment. And another thing that WP Engine do is that they disallow certain WordPress plugins on your site, either because they conflict or they do the same thing as WP Engine's already existing features, or if they cause a higher load. So this includes a lot of caching, backup, and related post plugins and others. If you want to see a full list of their support of disallowed plugins, if you just go on to their website and then just go on to support, you can see the support center here. They've got a list of disallowed plugins. So some popular caching plugins like WP File Cache and WP Total Cache. So a lot of these features they already have within their servers, so they don't allow those kind of plugins. Any backup plugins, again, they don't allow, and you can basically just go through this list and see if there's any plugins here that you think you might need. And a lot of reasons why they don't allow this is because they usually offer those services that those plugins do anyway, and sometimes they conflict with the hosting platform themselves. So it's really important that you check that before you go and purchase a plan with them as well. But other than that, it is a really good platform, really good support, and if you're just starting out, again, it is higher cost, but it's good value basically. The next hosting provider I want to talk about is Bluehost. So Bluehost is one of the oldest web hosts around. It started in 1996, and it is now one of the largest hosting providers and brand names when it comes to WordPress hosting. They do other types of website hosting as well as WordPress, but they are an official WordPress recommended hosting provider. With Bluehost, they guarantee site speed, especially when there's a lot of traffic. They have 24/7 expert support, which is always there to help you with any hosting issues that you may have, or even just website issues. And they have sort of phone support, email support, and live chat. They have been rated #1 in web hosting for small businesses, and on top of that, they have a range of different plans to kind of help you decide which plan would be best for you. So to see what plans they have, what you want to do is go onto Bluehost website, and you want to just go onto WordPress hosting. You can also click on WooCommerce to see what they offer in terms of WooCommerce as well. This is essentially what you'll be looking for when you're building your WordPress website. So they have specific plans for WooCommerce, and they have specific plans for basic WordPress hosting. If you go into WordPress hosting here, WordPress hosting and online stores as well. So if you go back to WooCommerce here, you can see, so their plans are split in different billing cycles. So you can go for 1 month, 12 month, and 36 months. The 12 months has a lot of the savings, so you can save up to 60% in online store and 60% in online store and marketplace, 40% and 50%, and then obviously with the 1 month there's no kind of online savings apart from the discount that they currently have right now. So obviously the longer the billing cycle, the more savings that you have, which is kind of standard with all the other WordPress hosting platforms that we've seen so far. So the plans are split between just online store and marketplace. So online store is perfect for if you're just selling online on your website, all your products, booking appointments, reservations, things like that. Its features include the website analytics, 100 GB SSD storage, which is a generous amount of storage, a free domain, Yoast SEO as well, already installed, free SSL. And you also get additional plugins as well, things like the gift card plugins, booking and appointments, product search and filtering, and this is the plugin provider. It's a really good third-party WooCommerce plugin provider as well. Additional features that you get are the daily backups, automatic WordPress updates, and secure online payments, as well as unlimited products. The online store and marketplace, it's good for if you're selling online and across different marketplaces like Etsy, Amazon, eBay, things like that. So it includes sort of multi-channel inventory and allows you to sell across different channels as well. Other differences between that is that there's amount of storage that you get. So obviously with the online store you get 100 GB, and with the online marketplace you get 200 GB storage. Again, a really generous amount of storage that you get. You get the free domain, free SSL, and the Yoast SEO as well. Everything else is the same as the online store, however you just get the more storage, and you also get multi-channel inventory as well. If you click on compare plans, you can see a little bit more of a grid listing of what you're actually getting. So the two plans are really similar. I think unless you are actually selling to the different marketplace, having just the online store is just fine, because 100 GB SSD storage is quite a lot for your website. It has one of the most affordable prices compared to other. It has really good customer support as well, and they also have one-click WordPress install. But their domain renewal prices are a little bit more expensive. So it's $8.22 a month for the first month, and then when you renew it, it goes back to £20. So it is your initial costs are quite low, but it does afterwards go a bit higher as well. So another con might be that they have a lot of these add-ons here. So unless you already have, or if you're planning to already get these plugins, you're essentially paying for something that you might not need might not need it. So yeah, they have a lot of upselling during the sign up. You can uncheck these whenever you're signing up, but essentially they do offer a lot of things that you might not need. If you're not planning to have a booking and appointment system, if you're not planning to sell gift cards, then this entire thing is something that you might not need, in which case it's a little bit it might not be as much value as initially thought. It's very different to the WP Engine hosting, where you can specifically choose what features that you want. So it's different that way. But there are no kind of hidden charges when you're signing up for your account. Even these plugins, you can sort of choose if you want them or not. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee as well with all of their plans. So you can sort of test it out and see how you feel about it, the plugin as well. With both their plans, you get a free domain for the first year, which is really good if you haven't already got your domain. And you get free CDN and SSL. For each website you get a free SSL and free Cloudflare CDN to block malware and improve security. They do quite well in performance tests, so they have quite high speeds, and they have high performance as well. So another thing again to consider is the customer service. So it's really important again just to choose a web hosting company that offers help and support it when you need it. Bluehost has a huge library of articles. So if you go into resources and go into their blog, you can see a range of different articles that they have. that you can kind of read through, especially even for on WooCommerce as well. You can see a lot of options here. So they have a lot of articles, a lot of step-by-step guides, a lot of video tutorials as part of their knowledge base, and this is really good for beginners. It's also really good if you have common issues that they can be resolved with just like a simple search. If you are a little bit more technically minded, or if you want to be able to manage a lot more of your website yourself, then it's good that they have this kind of knowledge base that you can read through. However, sometimes you may need to talk to an actual person to get more help if you're unsure. Bluehost offers a 24/7 support system where you can talk to the support team using live chat or phone support, and it's really useful when you need quick help from a support staff, and they are literally just one click away. So it's really good if you need some help really quickly as well. Bluehost is number one web hosting provider by many websites. They have a lot of hosting options, and they are really competent in terms of the WooCommerce plans. If you're just starting out, you can sign up and always test it out for 30 days. If it's right for you, obviously keep it. If it's not, you can always get a full refund as well. As your site grows, you can upgrade to a higher hosting plan as well. It is a beginner-friendly web hosting company. They automatically install WordPress for you when you sign up. They also have an easy-to-use control panel, and this help. And again, there's plenty of guides, plenty of support, and everything in their knowledge base that's free and easy to access as well. So it is definitely a good one for beginners as well. And their support is very good as well. When you compare it with something like SiteGround and another one like Hostinger, Bluehost does offer a little bit more value for the price. Their price starts at $275 per month and a free domain, whereas SiteGround starts off at like $5 a month. It doesn't include a free domain. Bluehost, just remember their domain renewal prices, their web prices are a little bit more higher. But SiteGround has better speed and security features, so it's different things to kind of think about when you're first starting off and building and choosing a hosting platform that's kind of right for you. The next hosting platform that is ranked highly by users using them is the DreamHost WooCommerce hosting. So DreamHost has been around for like 18 years. It's known to kind of make web hosting easy. You do get a custom dashboard, you get one-click WordPress install, automatic WordPress updates, and you also get sort of unlimited space, bandwidth, and free SSDs to kind of make your site really, really fast. And again, just like SiteGround and a lot of other hosting platforms, they are an officially recommended WordPress hosting provider. So you can see on their plan, they've got lots of different plans for specifically WooCommerce hosting plans if you scroll down, and you can split it between monthly and yearly. Obviously there's more savings if you were to use the longer billing plan in the yearly. So it's split between DreamPress, DreamPress Plus, and DreamPress Pro. DreamPress is one of the starting ones. It's good for if you only have just the one website that you're kind of just starting out. You get the free domain if you haven't already got one. It's good for websites that have up to approximately 100,000 monthly visitors. They have unmetered bandwidth, so you don't need to worry about sort of over usage fees. They have 30 GB SSD storage, which is a lot of storage anyway. WordPress comes pre-installed. There's 24/7 WordPress support, and you also have the free automated WordPress migrations as well. So this is really good if you're just starting out, if your business is quite small, because you can always test it out and keep building your website. And if you realize you actually maybe need more space, or if maybe you have another website, then you can always upgrade. But this is a lot of good features that you have when you're just starting out as well. So it starts off at $16.95 a month, which is a little bit more expensive than what we've seen from other hosting platforms so far, but again, you do get a lot for it, and you including the 24/7 WordPress support as well. Then you have the DreamPress Plus, and again, it's perfect for WooCommerce stores that are already established, that have higher traffic and maybe need a bit more storage requirements. So it's got 60 GB SSD storage, which is a lot higher than the 30 GB SSD storage that you get with DreamPress. This kind of helps make your website a little bit more faster. It's really important, especially for e-commerce websites, that it loads as fast as possible in order to not lose any kind of sales. It's good, again, for websites that have approximately 300,000 monthly visitors, and everything else is more or less the same. You get the one list, you get the one-click staging, you get the unlimited email, but just anything extra, you actually just get the unlimited CDN as well to help make your site just that much faster. Ensure that all the content gets loaded as much as possible, or as fast as possible. So again, if you want to start off with DreamPress, and maybe if you realize actually you're getting more traffic, you need more storage, you can always then switch over and upgrade to the DreamPress Plus. With all of these, you can upgrade and downgrade as you need, so there's no commitment or anything like that. Then you have DreamPress Pro, which is $71.95 a month, which is quite a jump from $24.95 to this to $71.95. It is a very costly platform hosting plan. However, you do get 120 GB SSD storage, which is very generous. It's good for the larger high capacity WooCommerce stores, especially if your WooCommerce store is something that needs a lot of performance. It's good for sites that have over or approximately 1 million monthly visitors, so you definitely want to make sure that the site resources that are allocated, or server resources that are allocated to your site, is a lot. It is a lot of money for this one plan. However, you are most likely to not get any kind of site timeout, site delays, performance issues, or anything like that because of the amount of SSD storage that you're getting. And you also just get the unlimited storage as CDN as well. If you click here, you can see a little bit more of the performance, and you can see what you're actually getting for yearly and a monthly. With the ticket support, you actually get priority support with the DreamPress Pro. I think you get it with all the plans actually. No, so you get it just with the DreamPress Pro plan, so they'll go back to you a little bit faster, and you also get the money back guarantee. I think you get the money back guarantee for all of your plans as well, so you can test it out, see how you feel about it as well. So DreamHost is award-winning hosting. It's known for great customer support. It is an officially recommended WordPress site. If you are just starting out with WordPress, they have one-click WordPress install, so you don't even need to worry about sort of setting up WordPress in that sense. It has free domain, SSL, and privacy, and it also has automatic daily backups as well in all of their plans, so it's a little bit better in that sense. You don't need to worry about installing a plugin like Updraft and doing it yourself. There's no free email, which might be a little bit of a con for you. At least just for the starter plan, so it just depends. The other thing about their support is that it isn't immediate, so DreamHost has set times for their live chat support and an email as well, email-based ticket system. So if you submit your ticket within, outside of these times, you're not going to be seen to support immediately. This can be a bit of an issue if there's something that you're struggling with, or if there's an issue that's a bit pressing, you won't get seen to immediately. They email support is 24/7, but their live chat is between 5:30 and 9:30 Pacific time, I think. So you can request a callback for an additional fee. They have a really comprehensive knowledge base and forum on their website, similar to Bluehost, but a lot of reviews mention that though their support knowledge is really good, they don't have access to immediate support on the phone or live chat, and that can be a bit of a problem. So if you are a beginner and you don't have a lot of technical knowledge or anything like that, then you want to make sure that the hosting provider that you pick does have the 24/7 support, so that with any issues, if there's anything pressing that you need immediately, there is someone on hand to help you. If you're someone that can sort out sort of smaller issues, common issues yourself, if you have a bit more of a technical background, then maybe this isn't so much of a problem for you, as you can sort of manage a lot of things by yourself. So it's just one of those things to be aware of when you're choosing a hosting platform, your own kind of background and technical knowledge, and how much help you think you would need. Lastly, the last platform I want to talk about is HostGator. So HostGator hosts over 10 million domains. It's one of the most popular web hosts in the industry. Similar to the other websites, it offers one-click WordPress installation, but it also guarantees a 99.9% uptime, and it also has 24/7 support. It is a really good choice for any kind of website owner, and it's one of the best web hosting platforms for businesses specifically. So on their website, you can see some of their plans that they have. They've got plans between hatchling, baby, and business. So obviously, if you're an e-commerce platform, the business plan is the only one that you have. So compared to like WP Engine or DreamHost, they don't have sort of varied plans for WooCommerce websites, but even the business plans are still pretty affordable and includes quite a lot. So you can see with the business plan, it's not limited to any single to a number of websites. It has unlimited websites, includes email, unmetered connection or bandwidth, free SSL, and free SEO tools as well. They also have a free domain included, I think, for the first year. Yeah, so they have one free domain name if you haven't already got one as well. You can see the WordPress hosting with all of their plans. They have a 45-day money-back guarantee, which is a lot more generous than the other plans that kind of offer 30-day money-back guarantee as well. And they have the 24/7 technical customer support with all of their plans, not just one of them. So the platform itself is very reliable, again with the 24/7 customer service without any downtime. Performance-wise, they rank really highly on performance testing, and they have flexible billing periods, so you can choose between sort of monthly and yearly as well, with obviously it's a little bit lower cost if you were to go for the yearly. Another great pro is that they offer 45-day money-back guarantee. Normally, web hosting companies offer money-back guarantees for about 30 days. The fact that you get a full 45 days is quite generous. HostGator also offer free migration. So if you're already hosting elsewhere, their expert team will transfer your website for you at no extra cost during the first 30 days of sign-up. It is a slightly higher monthly pricing, so their yearly pricing is fine, but their monthly pricing is a little bit more. You can see it's currently on offer, but they do have a little bit more pricing that way. And again, they only have one kind of business pricing for WooCommerce websites, whereas the previous platforms that we've seen, like DreamHost, WP Engine, they offer a bit more flexibility in terms of WordPress e-commerce websites. So there is a little bit of limitations from that. Other plans that they have, those, so like the hatchling and the baby, they are good. I would kind of recommend just having the business one for your e-commerce. Obviously the hatchling, you only get the one website, but the baby plan, you do get more than one website. Apart from the shared web hosting, they also offer the website builder, which is a fully hosted website builder, and other services they have is like VPS hosting and dedicated hosting as well. Their VPS plans offer really good value for money, and their shared hosting plan is a little bit overpriced, I think, for what you get. Their main plan features being install WordPress with one-click installer, free SSL certificate, easy to control cPanel as well. That's available to you. They have free email accounts, 24/7 customer support, and the 99.9% uptime guarantee. With the baby and the business, you can host multiple websites and domain names under the same hosting account, and you can activate the free Cloudflare CDN to protect your website against malware and attacks and caching as well. The free website CDN also gives you an additional performance boost. During the checkout, though, you'll be asked to purchase CodeGuard and SiteLock. You don't need them right away, so you can skip them later if you want to. In terms of their support and customer service, HostGator has one of the best ranked customer services compared to other hosting platforms. You can reach out to the support team at any time via phone, live chat, or ticket-based email support. Which is really good if you compare to something like DreamHost, where their live chat and their ticket support system is within a certain amount of time. And most HostGator customers are satisfied with the quality of the support that they receive. So it is quite satisfactory, their support, so it is one of the best ones. If you compare it to something like Bluehost, they're pretty similar when it comes to their resources, their bandwidth, the disk space, and things like that. Some people might say that the Bluehost user experience is slightly better because they've invested quite a lot in their WordPress platform. Bluehost has a smaller overall advantage in terms of performance, but HostGator does have a slightly cheaper hosting plans and the 45-day money-back guarantee. It is a good web hosting provider, but in terms of running an online store, it is good as well. But if your website were to grow in terms of traffic, you may need to upgrade to a virtual private server. And again, their plans are quite limited in terms of their what they offer. So the top three hosting providers would probably be SiteGround, Hostinger, and WP Engine. The SiteGround overall has the best WooCommerce hosting plan for growing businesses if you were to use the GoGeek plan. Hostinger has a really good value and they have extremely affordable plans, whereas WP Engine is really good for a larger e-commerce site, especially for people I think who need a bit more technical support. WP Engine would be really good as well. There are lots of hosting website solutions that haven't been mentioned, but they're also really good for WooCommerce. Hosting platforms like Flywheel, Kinsta, and Cloudways all come highly recommended. These are just the kind of top 5 that we would kind of recommend in terms of pricing, customer service, and performance as well. So no matter the size of your business or the amount of product or services that you're selling, there's a lot to consider when first building your e-commerce website. From who you decide to help you with building your site, to your design, development, and your hosting. At ProfileTree, we are proud to support e-commerce businesses with bespoke website design, and we help create businesses from the ground up. And we offer training as well for clients who wish to advance their digital marketing and that's a wrap on our journey through the world of e-commerce websites. I hope you enjoyed this video and gained some I hope you enjoyed this video and gained some valuable insights into how these platforms revolutionize the way we shop and do business online. If you find this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our exciting new content in the future. And any questions or ideas you have for e-commerce websites, leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and until the next time.